and I built it into a major global player. I shepherded a number of bills through Congress on its behalf.
Shepherd. Shepherd.
I shepherded a number of bills through Congress on its behalf. And it's the same effectiveness I plan on bringing to the United Nations.
Thank you, Mrs. Underwood. I yield the remainder of my time.
Remainder. Remainder.
Thank you, Mrs. Underwood. I yield the remainder of my time.
They're nervous. They're being impulsive. It's a bit early to be deciding something like this. Shouldn't we revisit this when we're closer to the primaries?
Revisit. Revisit.
Shouldn't we revisit this when we're closer to the primaries?
As a vocal proponent for the sexual assault bill last session.
Proponent. Proponent.
As a vocal proponent for the sexual assault bill last session, and the United Nations asked us to contribute troops to put our servicemen and women's lives in peril.
Peril. Peril.
To put our servicemen and women's lives in peril. And the United Nations asked us to contribute troops to put our servicemen and women's lives in peril.
If you're using Myanmar as a hypothetical,
Hypothetical. Hypothetical.
If you're using Myanmar as a hypothetical,
How do we explain to the men and women who serve, who put their lives on the line, that our ambassador thinks they're irrelevant?
Irrelevant. Irrelevant.
That our ambassador thinks they're irrelevant. That our ambassador thinks they're irrelevant.
I think that's an unfair characterization of what I intend.
Characterization. Characterization.
I think that's an unfair characterization of what I intend.
What concerns me even more than the military comment is your demeanor.
Demeanor. Demeanor.
Is your demeanor.
Maybe it's leverage for another play. Scare the wits out of me and then come with the big ask.
Wit. Wit.
Scare the wits out of me and then come with the big ask. Continue, please.
As I was saying, we think our procedural defense is strong.
Procedural. Procedural.
As I was saying, we think our procedural defense is strong. As I was saying, we think our procedural defense is strong.
State secrets prohibit the introduction of evidence, assuming they won't dismiss outright.
Outright. Outright.
Assuming they won't dismiss outright.
Maybe you would benefit more from listening than grandstanding.
Joining me now from Capitol Hill, CNN's chief congressional correspondent, Dana Bash.
Bash. Bash.
Hill, CNN's chief congressional correspondent, Dana Bash.
But not an elected one.
But still, to abandon the incumbent and all the advantages that entails.
Entail. Entail.
And all the advantages that entails.
If you were to announce that you're not running, it wouldn't seem as if we're abandoning you. The party looks unified.
Unify. Unify.
The party looks unified.
Bob Birch has been trying to do me in since I forced the education bill down his throat. I think he's using shaky logic to get you all on board.
Shaky. Shaky.
I think he's using shaky logic to get you all on board.
Some key representatives and what they might want in exchange for support. Skeletons in the closet, that kind of thing.
Skeleton. Skeleton.
Skeletons in the closet, that kind of thing.
What you're asking is disproportionate.
It's repaying a debt.
Repay. Repay.
It's repaying a debt. It's repaying a debt. A big one. I whipped the votes for impeachment.
Impeachment. Impeachment.
A big one. I whipped the votes for impeachment.
I was hoping we could hit Maidstone for a quick 18. No, I'm a terrible golfer.
golfer, golfer,
No, I'm a terrible golfer. How's it looking?
I had to flip a coin? I don't know. You?
Not a single backer yet.
Not
backer, backer,
you?
Not a single backer yet.
Not.
Wait, maybe I'll have better luck out west.
I'm going for a run. I need to do something.
It's late.
I'm too restless.
restless, restless,
It's late.
I'm too restless.
We don't leave this office until we have a plan.
Ma'am, the Easter egg roll we were scheduled for.
Easter, Easter,
Ma'am, the Easter egg roll we were scheduled for. This one's a little too pink. Girls like pink. This is more than pink, it's neon.
neon, neon,
This is more than pink, it's neon. These are really special. A black egg. Yes, with patriotic tipping. It's still a black egg.
patriotic, patriotic,
Yes, with patriotic tipping. It's still a black egg. Hi. I took a nap. Last night was, didn't get much sleep.
Nap. Nap.
I took a nap. Last night was, didn't get much sleep. It's premature, isn't it?
premature, premature,
Premature, isn't it?
Say somewhere around here, I'd start to have to face off with the Republican challenger, probably Mendoza, and
challenger, challenger,
with the Republican challenger, probably Mendoza, and then things would get brutal. Daily events, fending off attacks,
fend, fend,
fending off attacks. But you have opened my eyes. I feel liberated.
liberate, liberate,
I feel liberated. Then whoever you choose to run in 2016 not only has the backing of a united party, but a formidable legacy.
formidable, formidable,
But a formidable legacy.
But sources in Congress say it will focus on the jobs initiative he's been planning to unveil for several months. The
unveil, unveil,
initiative he's been planning to unveil for several months. But sources in Congress say it will focus on the jobs initiative he's been planning to unveil for several months. The program dubbed America Works was
dub, dub,
the program dubbed America Works was or may leave congressional leaders disinclined to support this jobs program. Additionally, many Democratic supporters of President Underwood from
additionally, additionally,
many Democratic supporters of President Underwood from
And why? We are driven by our own desire to get reelected. Our need to stay in power eclipses our duty to govern.
eclipse, eclipse,
Our need to stay in power eclipses our duty to govern. The cost is $500 billion. Now, that's a lot of money.
To pay for it, we'll need to rethink Social Security.
rethink, rethink,
To pay for it, we'll need to rethink Social Security.
But he once said, this country demands bold, persistent experimentation.
experimentation, experimentation,
Persistent experimentation. But we must now try something newer before it fails us. If America Works succeeds, we will reinvent the American dream. If
reinvent, reinvent,
we will reinvent the American dream. and occupying this office, I know what the country needs. It needs closure.
Closure. Closure.
It needs closure. Tonight you got a nice warm boxcar. Hey, you want a peanut butter and jelly?
Jelly. Jelly.
You want a peanut butter and jelly?